Hi guys, Franz here. Welcome back to another episode of Knights and Dragons. So the thing that we're going to be talking about in today's episode, you can already see in the background the fellow knights stuff. But there was a little mosquito that has been like irritating and agitating me for the past couple days. He got a couple bites off of me, and that's quite a, and with a couple I mean quite a lot. And now I was looking around just to find him, see if I could, and I just saw him like sitting on on top of the, I guess, the roof, the ceiling, I guess it's called, and I just squashed him. I mean, revenge, bitch. That's what you get for sucking my blood. But you can clearly see it on the screen that the thing that we're going to be talking about. We have put out our latest weekly update in the GREE forums, the public Reddit, and on Facebook. Click on this banner to get your news on the most recent things going on in the realm. Kind regards your new Knights and Dragons team. So I don't know why I even said your new Knights and Dragons team, it's just your K&D team. But we all know about the player committee. I don't know how to say it. I'm not really familiar with those type of English words. But yeah, this is what we are going to be talking about in this episode. And we all know that as of lately, not only has GREE been fucking up a fuck ton. Usually it's like GREE fucks up a couple times a month, but as of lately it's been like GREE fucks up a couple times a week. And it's with different things, you know. It doesn't even have to be a glitch, but it also just has to be like something that they put out wrong, you know, in terms of stats or whatever, you know. And that's just laziness of GREE, I guess. I don't really know on what it is. It's not. I don't think that the new Knights and Dragons team really has any new motivation or is bringing any new motivation to the team to just like feel like that Knights and Dragons should get back up to where it was in its glory days. But if this game wants to be back up to where it was, then epics should be released again, Dragonforge should be gone, Shadowforge should be gone, pets should be gone as well, jewelry should be gone. Because I think that Dragonforge was a good idea, but then Shadowforge came along and then it was just shoved all to the side. And Dragonforge, yeah, you know, it's kind of like when you make a new tier. The old tier, the older strongest, or like the strongest tier under it will get like, it will get no recognition anymore. Because look at the epics, you know, they were the shit back in the day, and as of now, what are they? Nothing. But I'm going to be reading this. So, Dan Knight, it has been a little over a month since the last producer letter. And while the closed K&D subreddit is now up and running, we still wish to use the producer letter to speak directly to the whole community. As with the last letter, we would like to give you some updates on what's currently happening in Knights and Dragons and what to expect in the future. So, kind of what I am expecting from Knights and Dragons myself is some brand new content, you know, and I haven't been seeing that in, I think, the past year. Because after pets, they just stuck. They just got stuck, you know. There wasn't really anything for me worth mentioning that was brand new or actually got updated. There were some good ideas, you know, that they implemented, like the automatic settings and blah blah blah, you know, that were some good shit quality content that they pushed in between the bigger updates. But it's not like that they really did something new. Like Dragonforge was a new tier, that was a good call, but Shadowforge came too fast. Am I bitching about Shadowforge and Dragonforge? I don't like the way it's implemented. I don't like how fast it went. What I do agree with though is that they should have been implemented someday, but just not as fast as they got implemented. Because I think that every tier should get its reign for a couple of years, or maybe you know, maybe one, or not even 1 year, like 3 years or something. And Dragonforge, or I think epics have been roaming around the galaxy for 2 years, and then Dragonforge came out all of a sudden, and then not even 6 months later, Shadowforge came out. I mean, I like Dragonforge, but that Shadowforge came out so fast after it wasn't really likable for me. And then pets, you know, it's just to make the stronger even more stronger, you know, it's only making the gap bigger, because I haven't been getting 9k stats and those dudes are already 11, 12, maybe even 13. I have seen 13, by the way. But let's go to the K&D closed subreddit. So Most of you probably saw the in-game banner about the creation of a Knights and Dragons subreddit a few weeks ago. Following that announcement, we sent a message to several guild masters and alliance leaders. So alliance leaders, they mean David, Rush, Kiwi, and all that sorts of good stuff. I believe Barch has one as well. Oscar from Supernatural has one. I don't really know exactly who has an invite, but those are the people that I do know. And alliance leaders, they really do mean the top brass with that. So they're really the top guys with the heaviest gems that they pack each damn fucking week. And we are already receiving valuable feedback thanks to the members involved, whether it's about events or core gameplay mechanics. I really just want to know what they already fixed, because I haven't seen anything being fixed, if I'm really honest with you. I mean, just take a look. I've seen more fuck-ups rather than something else. But that's just me, you know. I mean, I'm a free-to-play player, so I pretty much look at everything in a game instead of only the events. So, from what we have seen, some of the suggestions are in line with what we have in mind for the future of the game, which means a lot to us. It's a bit early to talk about how this will actually translate into the game. It's really weird to see them talking about these people that they have invited, and 5 seconds later they decided to ban Mao or Rush. Depending on how you know her. You know, it's just weird. First you invite her to your council or to your player subreddit, and 5 seconds later you ban her because of cheating? I guess it was cheating. It is a bit early to talk about this, how we will actually translate into the game. But we can already say that we are investigating on having an option to automatically trigger the pet's second ability. Well, I didn't even know that that option wasn't automatically set. I mean, pet abilities, yeah, not really sure about that in general. So in general, we are glad to see that we are on the same page. Well, if we were on the same page, this game would have been very different, honestly. Because if we were on the same page, why are people retiring one after one other? You know, because the game is getting stale. And you should do something about that instead of, like, trying to fix, well, the first step they have actually done right. You know, what they did was they reached out to the community and said, like, what do you guys want? You know, give us feedback, because we need it, otherwise this game is going down. But they are listening right now, maybe, I'm not sure. I see this and then I think maybe they are, but I'm not completely sure about that. So maybe they are listening, but that still doesn't change the fact that nothing has happened in the past month. Because I really haven't seen anything except for more people that I know retiring. Kiwi is retiring. Piebear from Majestic is retiring. I believe that others are going soon as well. You know, other big alliance leaders. And the two that I just named were like Alpha and Majestic. Like the top. There's no real guy or girl above them. There's like, they are pretty much the top of their leader things. So cheaters and bannings. This may have seemed like a recurrent topic. It always is. It's with every game pretty much, as we have already addressed in the last letter. But we feel like this is important enough to be mentioned here once more. We have been working hand in hand, pretty much skipping the public subreddit. I will get back to that in a bit. So we have been working on hand in hand with the development team to keep improving our methods, as well as coming up with ways to prevent cheaters to operate in the first place. Yeah, that's the thing that you should do. Try to fix the core of the problem, not like the problems itself. This remains one of our top priorities so that everyone can fully enjoy the game without having to worry about illegitimate, let's just say, refugees. We are happy to say that the number of cheaters has already decreased. Yeah, that's true. I have seen much less cheaters. That's quite honest with you, because the entire mass branch from the Italian guilds, I haven't seen them anymore. Like, I think that they clearly got them out, and I think they even deleted two to three guilds or something. Was like the banning the entire guild worth it? Man, it's kind of like on the flip side for me. So Knights Dragons public subreddit. We also want to make sure that meaningful and confirmed information has enough reach, and we also want to give the opportunity to ask us more questions you are dying to get off your chest. There's a lot of fucking questions I want to get off my chest, but it's not really like REE is listening to me. For this, we will be setting up an AMA, Ask Me Anything, over a public subreddit sometime this month. We will announce it in more details as the date comes closer. Okay, we want to also set up the more regular intervals so that you don't miss out on important bits. Yeah, and we really need more, like, what is the GREE team doing? You know, it's like, we don't really know what they are focusing on. It's like, they are just doing some stuff behind the scenes that you don't really see. I mean, I haven't really gotten any Knights of Dragons updates in a while, you know, and the Knights of Dragons updates also don't really say a lot, because all they say is like stabilization improvements. Yeah, I can't really do anything with that, can I? So now onto the community topic. We've said it before, our team's main priority when taking over operations of Knights of Dragons was the game stability, addressing some of the core issues, which also making the transition to be as smooth as possible. The same events are now running on both EU and NA servers, which fucked up the EU server, because now you can get dragon coins and I don't even know where the fuck you spent them on that server. That's also why I retired, because I felt like EU and NA servers, why am I playing this game on two different servers? You know, I mean, it's nice to have different people on both sides, but what is in it for me? Like, really, what is in it for me if I do, if I play on two different servers with different guilds, different people, but the exact same game, you know? I mean, when it was still Dragonforged, that you could actually have a ladder system, was very nice, but now that that's gone, I don't really want to do anything on that server anymore. That's basically why I said to Rush, you can take over Guildmaster, I'm gone. I'm done with this server, because it's the same. I'm not going to play on like my 14 accounts on two different servers. That's not going to work for me. We strongly believe that the community is one of the main ingredients for an online game like Knights of Dragons to successfully what a word. It is no secret that Knights of Dragons all over the world have created long-lasting bonds with their fellow guild members and even alliance members. Totally agree with that. There's people that have already been with me for over 2 fucking years. Can you imagine just staying with somebody just through a game for over 2 years? You know, Alex and Cassandra are the two that come up into my mind straight away when I say 2 years with me. And I think those guys, it's almost been 3 years since that happened. This is the reason why we would like to engage with you more and give you more opportunities to engage with other players. Our first step towards that will make use of the existing Knights of Dragons Facebook page. Don't have Facebook, don't really care, use Twitter, you bitches, which has unfortunately been left aside during the transition. We have started looking into it and are thinking of ways to revive the page. And you can expect few new Facebook posts, and as we will test in the new waters. I want Twitter posts, because I don't like Facebook at all. I thought Facebook was just for personal things, but it's also been for companies lately. Kinda weird, but that's Facebook for you. But that was it for this episode here. Let me know what you guys think about GREE as of now. Like, how do you feel about GREE? Just in general, you know, how are they trying to fix the game for you? How are they trying to fix the game for you? Do you think they are fixing the game or actually breaking the game? Just how do you feel about GREE in general? My dog is barking the shit out of himself because he is seeing another dog, I believe, but I don't see the other one. Anyway, that's for another episode. But guys, thank you so much for watching. So, as I stated, let me know what you think about this. Smash that like button. Subscribe if you haven't yet, and I hope to see you all again next time.